Hey guys, welcome to Tarot and Heal. Welcome to the place where we tarot and heal our way to self-love and unity consciousness. Let's get started. I come to you, Uncle God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it we need to know? For the full moon in Libra, we have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. If you can see it. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, and teacher. This definitely has high priestess energy coming out here. I'm gonna pull from the Archangel Michael deck. Believe and trust. There's a whole lot of just mystical energy here coming out. Look at that, at the bottom of the deck, God is in charge. All right. Let's see where we're going with this. I'm feeling the need to pull this one out. We have forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong, and innocence coming out. So this is about forgiving yourself, okay? If there's any regrets in the past, it's time to let that go because it's actually holding you up. All right? I feel like that's a side note there, if someone needed to hear that. All right. Let's get into the actual reading. What have we created since the new moon? Yeah, okay. We have the Four of Pentacles here. We have the Four of Pentacles here coming out in reverse, okay? The things that you need to let go of. That's holding you up. Ooh. All right now. See, for some of you guys, these are opportunities that you feel like you missed out on. Manifestations that you might have been working on, for example. And let's say it didn't play out the way you wanted it to, whether it's a relationship, whether you thought, oh my God, I'm with the person that I'm going to marry, and then you realize, oh no, that's not the person, you know, or if you're at a job or a career path and you're being led to switch careers, you know, this is like the energy of working towards something and then having to switch gears. Because God is in charge. Just let it go, okay? And trust that you're moving in the right direction. There might be some guilt around having to switch, okay? Even though it's something that you're supposed to be doing, someone might not be realizing that they have to make the switch, and it's a divinely guided switch, okay? With your guidance is divinely guided. I don't think it's clear where that direction is coming from, okay? Some might realize it, some may not, whatever the case. But I just feel like this overwhelming emotion of like, oh, I messed this up, you know, when you really didn't mess it up. It's something that's supposed to happen. All right. Where are we now? What was that? Oh gosh. All right now. Where are we now? We have the Ace of Cups, the blossoming of a new beginning here. Closing out with the Two of Cups coming out in reverse, okay? So it's like as you close one door, another door opens up. As you close a path that was once aligned with you, that thing, that manifestation that you thought you wanted, all right. The person that you are when you're wanting something is not the person that you become when it gets there, okay? Or not even a person that you're not the person that you need to be to get there, right? Here's an example. Let's say, because we're talking about, it could be love, but this is just major alignment, things that really made your heart sing. So let's say you really had your mind set on a specific soulmate, right? There is, as you continue to grow, you might realize like, oh, that's not really the type of soulmate energy that I want. You know, you might realize that the soulmate is really not the best soulmate to be with, to choose, right? But when you wanted that thing, when you were trying to get it, the mindset that you were in, I just feel like it wasn't as developed. Here we are with the confusion. Okay, Seven of Cups here. It was like somebody wanted something, but it was like through smoke and mirrors, okay? I feel like it's gonna become clear, you know, what this thing is that you're actually looking at or that you're going for, and you might realize, oh no, I don't want that. Because you didn't see the full picture. That's what I'm getting here. Look at that, the Ace of Swords coming through. That truth, that sort of truth coming through. Okay. Like if you daydreamed about being with a specific person, it might become clear like, oh, that person can't give me what I wanted, you know? If you dreamed about a career path and you thought, oh, I'm going to feel fulfilled and everything's going to be fine and great, and then you get the job and then you're like, oh, I am miserable here. You know, it's like that. It's something that you're working towards. Then you see it clearly and you're like, okay, switching gears. But I feel like you're being kind of pushed to switch gears. So I feel like it's a decision to make with that. I don't feel like I feel like the realization will be a tower moment, but I don't feel like something drastic's gonna happen to make you stop doing this thing. Like, I feel like it's a choice, all right? Like, you can realize you're miserable at the job and then still stay. And then keep living out that cycle until you get it, right? All right. So we have the Ace of Pentacles coming out along with the Eight of Pentacles. See, you're going to get, it's like, whatever this was, this manifestation was that you were feeling like you were aligned with, once you start seeing that you're not as aligned with it as you thought you were, then we have the Ace of Pentacles coming out, all right? A new opportunity coming through. So this Ace of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles, I mean, that could be, obviously it could be love. It's just something that makes your heart sing here, all right? You find something that you really actually want to put some effort, some more effort into, all right? No more confusion with the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I'm feeling like a smoke and mirrors energy here, so, oof, all right. Ooh, with Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Oh gosh, yeah, I was feeling that. This can be like, you know, you fall in love, right? And then you realize they're not who you thought they were. You know, like that kind of thing going on. Right. Cool. Needed more space here. All right. But it does come with some type of weird regret. Maybe, you know, realizing like, oh my gosh, oh gosh. Three of Swords. Oh, the heartbreak. All right. It's like, it's a realization of, that's not what I thought it was. I need to let it go, you know? So that comes with some disappointment. This manifestation wasn't what it was, what I thought it was, or what it's cracked up to be. Okay, whatever fantasy you made up in your head about it, or whatever the case is, however you built it up in your mind, it seems like it's not going to really match up. Here we are with the High Priestess energy. I feel like whatever. You're going to be divinely guided. I mean, don't feel guilty about this. Don't beat yourself up about it. Oh gosh, here go the Tower. I feel like it had to play out like this. Okay, there were lessons that you need to learn in pursuit of that situation, whatever that may be. All right, in pursuit of that person, in pursuit of that career, you had to go on that journey, on that pursuit. But now it's time to break the illusion and learn the lesson that you had to learn on that journey in that pursuit and switch gears. And it's like, damn, but I'm going 150 in this direction. Now I gotta switch gears. Like, that's crazy, you know, but that's what's happening here. With the Nine of Swords coming out, it's like overthinking it. It's like, yo, what the hell? What did I do wrong here? You know, where did I go wrong? How did I miscalculate the situation? You know, or whatever. Because it is coming up with some type of regret, maybe some beating up yourself about it. Like, oh, I was so stupid to think that. You know, don't do that. All right, that's what's coming out. Yeah, see, Five of Pentacles. It's like, all right. This is an energy of pulling up the weeds so that you can grow some more stuff. Because whatever it is, certain manifestations, it didn't have enough juice. You might have thought you wanted something, but you might have wanted it for the wrong reason. So your desire did not carry enough weight. Because it might have been fueled by toxic, you know, toxicity of some sort, as opposed to being fueled by being on your path, right? When you desire something that's on your path, that thing goes, all right? When you desire something and it's based off of fear of being alone and regret and all that, it kind of drags a little bit, okay? Because you have a lot of heaviness around that energy of your desire. So some of these things that you thought you wanted, it doesn't, you might realize you didn't want it bad enough, pretty much. That's what I'm feeling, all right? Because I am seeing like you get right back to it. As you realize what's misaligned, now you have more energy to put, to pull all your energy into one thing. Okay. This is going to bring major clarity, right? And a need to make like an executive decision, a head over heart decision here. Like what makes sense, what doesn't, type of thing. There's a new perspective that's going to come about. That's going to be a bit of a tower when you realize that you didn't want something bad enough. Because it was something that you thought was aligned. And it was for the moment. I do feel like it's a little bit of cosmic stuff at play. Like, you were meant to think you wanted that, if that makes sense. Like if you started a business and you were like, this is the business that I want to make it, you know, you were meant to go that hard for something because that was kind of like a test run. All right. So there's a need to be flexible. And not just flexible. I don't even feel like, well, yeah, be flexible. But I feel like when I say be flexible, it kind of comes with this idea of like just going with the flow. And yes, you have to do that, but I feel like there's more logic involved with this too, okay? Like if you really think about it, you'll realize what's the logical choice here. All right, what is the blockage? What's the blockage here? Wanting to hold on to this missed opportunity. It's like I put so much work in. Why would I? Not realizing that this thing started becoming, this manifestation started to become it started to become a mental prison for you. It started to become a trap or a prison. Like, I love this person so bad, I'll do anything. You know, that will be a mental prison there, right? Where you can't see anything outside of this one path. So some of us were locked in. It seems like we were locked in on a specific thing, and now we're being led to see other options, right? Yeah, the moon card. I just feel like there's a little, I don't like to say trickery, but there's some divine trickery at play here. Like, certain things were just straight up hidden. That's what I feel like. Divinely hidden. Like, it was supposed to play out that way for whatever reason. With the illusions, with the Seven of Cups coming out. See? Like, there was some, I don't know. It was divine orchestration here. But now it's time to break free from, look at that, with the Knight of Cups and a Fool card. There's a need to take swift action. Ugh. The Eight of Swords keep coming out. The Eight of Swords is a mental prison, okay? This could be ideas that you're telling yourself, but I feel like this is a manifestation, okay? This is the idea of, no, but I want that. No, I want that. I'm supposed to have that, you know? That is what's keeping us locked in, okay? And stopping ourselves from getting this upgrade. All right. It's some smoke and mirror-ish that we're chasing, it seems. Oh my gosh. The freaking Devil card coming out. Jesus Christ. All right, so I'm going to just say this, because the Seven of Swords came out, now the Devil card's coming out. Whatever the situation is not, like I said, it's not what it seems. All right, it's like some type of manifestation. This could be a person, this could be a career, this could be a goal, whatever the case is. And you thought it was the thing, and it's not. It's actually kind of, it's somewhat tied into your shadow. All right, it's something that your shadow wanted. So it could have been fueled by your ego. Like, why do you want to make a certain amount of money? Is it because you want to do something with it? I don't know. Build generational wealth. Or is it for the glory? Right? Why do you want your ex back? Is it because they actually did everything that you wanted? They were the ideal partner? Or is it because you just don't want to feel like you're dumped and rejected? You know, it's something about, like, something that you really want is fueled by your shadow, and that's why it's not like a pure desire. And then being so stubborn about this desire is what's keeping you locked in. All right. What are we feeling to see? Oh gosh, Five of Swords coming out here. Why is this Five of Swords here? All right, so as you shift gears from desiring from this place, and you shift into desiring things for, let's say, a more high vibe reason. I think one of those moon readings we're talking about the motivation behind our desires, right? As we shift that perspective, we step into this Queen of Cups energy. Queen of Cups with the Queen of Swords energy here, okay? And there's a need to embrace that. Embrace, okay, Embrace the new perspective and embrace what that new perspective desires now. Now that you're no longer being linked and synced up with this, now that you're breaking out of the things that you were holding on to for dear life, okay? Now that you're shifting out of the shadow's desires, what does your lighter side actually want? So it's time to get in touch with that. So there might be some hidden desires coming out now. Yeah, wow, look at that death card. Yeah, there might be some hidden desires, some new ways of wanting to express yourself, new skills, you know, that you might want to start showing to the world, for example. New career paths, just all around, just shifting that thing, you know. And obviously this can apply to love. Right. All right. What else are we feeling to say? Yeah. The Hierophant coming out in reverse. Okay. Breaking away, you know, with that Death card coming out, the Hierophant card coming out in reverse, is breaking away from this is like foundations, right? The things that you always thought you'd want. The plans that you always thought you had to go for, you know. It's like it's getting turned on its ass a little bit. That's what it feels like. But once you get out of that, once you release yourself from those old desires, you'll realize that those desires didn't have enough. It didn't rev you up enough anyway. Because it's coming from the shadow place. It was coming from devil energy, okay? Also, back to that struggle, like, because it was coming from that devil energy, that's why it wasn't flowing, right? 9 of Wands, that's that struggle energy. A lot of us were holding on to, like, this could be belief systems, things that we believed, but it made life a little bit harder, right? This could be relationships that we kept in our lives that just wasn't really working. It was a struggle, you know. And if we're talking about relationships, then okay. If we're talking about relationships, that was crazy. Who did that? Somebody did that with their fucking mind. All right. If we're talking about relationships, then we're that's crazy. Then we're talking about like once you leave one situation, for example, then you'd probably move on to another one. Like another opportunity does open, right? So one door closes, let's say one relationship closes. When a new one opens up, it'll show you how easy a flow things could be when you're in a flow. All right? But that only happens in hindsight, all right? The biggest struggle here is getting out of this idea of this is how it's supposed to be, because this is what I worked towards for so long. All right? But like I said, you're going to realize that you were working towards something that was just kind of a struggle. And it doesn't have to be that way once you're in the flow. But the High Priestess that was coming out, now it's like shifting from listening to your shadow and now listening to your higher self, right? Okay. So then you'll see how easier things can be once you're synced up and lined up with your higher self. Chariot card coming out in reverse. For some of you guys, this might be with a job or something like that, all right? Or your career path. Or there might be needs to take a pause. Like if you were going 150 in this one direction all this time, you're going to have to slow down, pause, pull over to the side and really just figure out, okay, where am I going next, okay? I feel like that's the advice here. Taking a little bit of a break being introspective with the Four of Swords here. Four of Swords coming out with the Lover's card. Figuring out what's really aligned with you, with your higher self. What do you really actually desire here? All right. The biggest takeaway here is going to be a new perspective on the things that we thought we always wanted. All right. Let me pull from the animal spirit. And for whatever reason, because it's something that someone was putting a lot of effort into, it's gonna come with some regret. So once again, you did nothing wrong. If you were, look, for example, because this will be really heartbreaking if this is like a long-term relationship and then you're like, oh my God, I'm about to break someone's heart. Oh my gosh, I'm such a monster. Like, I didn't know what I wanted and now I'm putting them through this. Innocence, okay? There's a need for you to realize, like, you two were supposed to go down that path, and now you guys are going on in a fork of the road. Like, it's supposed to happen that way. You've done nothing wrong, okay? All right. What's the animal spirit here? Yeah, free yourself. See, it's like, it's freeing ourselves from, it's certain things that we wanted so bad that it became toxic too, all right? Taking the lead, going in another direction here, being bold enough to do that. And we have Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace here. Just moving with class, you know. So if this is about relationships, then you ain't got to tell someone off. Like, I'm looking at you differently now. You ain't, you know, you ain't got to move like that. 2727. But yeah. Move with gratitude and grace as you're making that shift to your higher perspective, right? Move with compassion when it comes to yourself as well. Okay. Pull from the romance angels. There we go. Be flexible. We have keep an open mind. All right. There's definitely a new beginning that's going to come in like a wrecking ball. I feel like it's a swift move, you know. You're going to just have to stay on your toes about it. You're going to have to be flexible about it. Let's see what else we got here. You deserve love. So some of you guys, you were tied into, obviously, like I said, like a relationship where it lasted for a long time, but it became toxic, you know. It's something that you invested so much into. It could be a business idea. You put so much work into it, but it's just draining money out of you. You know, whatever the case is, you deserve better, all right? That's all. And pull one more. Let your friends help you. Spirit team, that's what I feel like. Because I'm feeling all this mystical energy here. So, awesome. Alright guys, that was kind of short, kind of sweet. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Add me on IG. That's Tarot and Heal. If you want a personal reading, you check out that info box below. If you want to be an angel donor, you can also check out the info box below for that. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, no, all this energy of having faith with this divine detour. There we go. There's a divine detour that's about to happen. It's going to shake things up. It's going to shake up what you thought you wanted or you thought you were supposed to do. And you have to just go with that flow. Keep an open mind. It's supposed to happen this way. You're supposed to do whatever you did in the past for this moment. Okay? So just be mindful of that. All right. And we're out. Thank you so much. Till we meet again. Peace.